Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Hey, love this show, long-time viewer. So we were talking about yesterday the Browns possibly drafting 2 quarterbacks in this year's draft. Didn't the Patriots just draft Drake May and also draft Joe Milton in the same year, ? And then everybody's talking about J.J. McCarthy. Why would you give up a lot for somebody who hasn't proved anything in the NFL? Like, Joe Milton's played a little bit. Nobody's talking about him possibly being a move the Browns could make. He didn't look too bad in his first start. Just want to hear your thoughts. Go Browns.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. Let's welcome in Spencer German from 92.3 The Fan, as well as Cleveland Browns on SI. I got to be honest. I watched most of that Joe Milton start for the Patriots' final game of the regular season. I thought he looked pretty good. J.J. McCarthy's intriguing. I think the reason J.J. McCarthy is being thrown out there is not all, but a lot of draft people that follow that have him rated potentially higher than either Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense as to why, there's a lot of buzz about J.J. McCarthy, and especially given how Sam Darnold has played this year. There's some smoke, where there's smoke, there's fire sort of going on, where it's like, well, if they bring back Sam Darnold, what do they do with him? But I've kind of maintained all along that even if the Vikings did bring back Sam Darnold, I don't know why you would trade J.J. McCarthy anyway. Like, you can kind of sell it as, well, he's still coming back off this injury. He hasn't played yet in the NFL. We got to see this thing through. The Vikings kind of have the perfect setup, if you will, when it comes to a quarterback room. Like, you have a veteran that seems like he can win you some games and play pretty well, but you also have a rookie kind of waiting in the wings. I think every team sort of dreams to have that. So I don't know that he's as viable. Joe Milton's an interesting one. I mean, I don't hate the idea of maybe trying to acquire him. And to the caller's initial point, like, I don't even hate the idea of the Browns potentially taking multiple quarterbacks in this draft, if that's what it comes down to. I do think, and on some level, like, you are in a situation where, you might as well spitball some things and try some things. Now, what that means for what they do at number 2 overall obviously remains to be seen. I know there's a lot of debate about that right now. My biggest thing is if they don't feel that if they don't grade either Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward, who are the consensus kind of top 2 guys, as being the right fit for their team or what they're looking for, they can't just draft one and use that pick on a player that they might not feel is that high of doesn't have as high of a quality or standard that they're kind of looking for. So they just got to be careful there. But yeah, like, I'm not opposed to taking a chance on a couple day 2 guys or whatever it might be. Or even if they take one in the first round and then draft somebody later, fine. I think those are all viable options. I think at this point, let me put it to you this way. Given how things have backfired with the Deshaun Watson situation, no idea is a bad idea is maybe a good way to put it when it comes to the Browns quarterback situation. They just got to sort of find a way to revamp that room and have it look a little bit different next year and find some people they can rely on.
Yeah, if you're going to draft a guy late, a second one late, you're probably looking at it as a developmental guy rather than DTR. You have a lot of data with DTR, and none of it's great, in my opinion. The other thing, you mentioned the Vikings. They have Daniel Jones there, too. That's another veteran that's going to be intriguing as well.